So I'd like to invite on our speakers list, Patsy Copas, please. Welcome, Patsy. Ms. Copas, what are you speaking on, please? Item K1?
Yes.
Thank you. And you have 5 minutes, please.
Yes. Good evening, trustees. My name is Patsy Copas. I'm a guardian of a student in the Greater Essex County District School Board. I read the 2023-24 budget survey and public consultation report and dissected the results. My biggest observation was how low the participant numbers were. You got 1,206 responses from 9 municipalities. I do not feel that enough was done to promote the survey. If you use social media correctly on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and your website, you would have got way more than the dismal 246 visitors to your website. I know that you also sent out a release. Was it through the newspaper? In the report, it says that the people spent 3 minutes on the page, which again is a very low retention rate. This report reads, the finance department worked with the communications officer to leverage social media. Who are they and how much did this cost to promote and to tally the results? Did you ever think of asking students to help with social media promotion? This would have been an excellent project for them, which could have contributed to their volunteer hours. The survey, even with a low participation rate, did prove that the most pressing priority is not math, science, or even technology. Number 1 was mental health for students, 2 was special education, 3 was reading, writing skills, and lastly, mental health for staff. I have personally spoken to a social worker who has seen a substantial increase in new student patients. I also had the opportunity to talk to a school principal today who returned my call. And I talked with them about the efforts in helping students suffering with their mental health, one being Wellness Wednesdays. I truly sympathize with the teachers who are having to get extra training and dealing with a lot of stress in their jobs. The COVID-19 pandemic had significant impact on students in Ontario. Remote learning, many struggled with the lack of social interaction and face-to-face support from teachers and peers. Disruption to academic progress. The shift to remote learning may have affected their ability to learn and to perform to their full potential. Mental health concerns, isolation, uncertainty, and anxiety related to the pandemic have contributed to increased stress and mental health concerns among students. I'm going to be referring to the survey. In reference to questions 3 to 5, you had to choose the top 3 priorities for budget decisions and the allocation of funding. Question, are there other areas or initiatives that should be considered during the development of the 23-24 budget? Under supplementary information, your page 7, table 6, question 3, responses for priority 1 listed as other. It would be important to know if these responses came from teachers, student, parents, or guardians. These are some responses that run from page 8 to 44. There's not enough time to read all of them. These are some of them. Page 15, participants asked for more funding and better wages. Page 16, violence in the classroom, providing support for students who need it. Page 17, replacing woke teachers and those pushing the agenda. Page 18, address the damage, harm done by segregation of vaccinated and unvaccinated staff and students the past years. Page 21 was full of bullying. Page 23, discipline, structure in the classroom, no more aggressive students running around the school, disrupting all the other students that also have a right to an education. Page 25 is repeated many times, equity, human rights, inclusivity. Page 26, focus on mental illness, kids are struggling. Page 29, I think there are too many initiatives, focus on the basics, reading, writing, math, the arts. Our education system is falling behind, and I think much of it is due to the initiatives that have no place in K-12 public education. This came from teachers, students, or guardians. Page 33 to 34 was all about mental health. Page 46 was all about support staff and wages, and page 48, staff burnout. On page 57, mental health and well-being was allocated $2.6 million. I would be interested in how the schools are helping with students' mental health, and if given more money, how it will be distributed, and will kids get professional help? COVID Learning Recovery Fund, last year, $5.1 million was provided to the board under this program. What was this money used for? I realize that schools are suffering from declining enrollment, but how on earth did we get so far in debt? From the survey, I see a lot of burnout, people not being paid good wages, lack of technology, lack of discipline, and we still have bullying. We need better fiscal responsibility, and we also need trustees to respond to our emails that we send with valid concerns.
Ms.
As
Kopis.
I have just learned, they are not obligated to do so, and I only have 5 minutes to speak on this topic. I have one last sentence. Lastly, I also saw a response to reducing costs in the school was to have less people on the school board. Thank you.
Thank you.